All right, welcome to Two Track Nation Garage, and we're gonna work on this thing today. I'm gonna rip this front end apart and take a close look because, as you guys know, I have been breaking this if you've been following on IG. And one thing I'm looking at is the position between this CV axle and the center line of this bolt. So you can see that if we drew a line, it goes through the CV. And on this side, it is not like that. This is much higher in relation to this bolt down here. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but this is probably why this is breaking. And so I'm gonna dig into it and I don't know, see if I can figure out what's going on. All right, so first things first, we gotta rip this skid plate off. This thing is super bent, by the way, so it's not the funnest thing in the world, but okay, so the skid plate's off, and I want you guys to take a look at something, and in particular, I want you to look at, I'm gonna point to this extension housing right here. So right across the center of the screen, it is significantly lower on the left side. You see how it just like slopes down to the left, and then that's where the CV is, right there. And if I'm back here, like I can't really see the CV on this side, but over there, it's just like poking out right there. So that's why I think something's going on here and I don't know what. And that's what we're gonna be looking at today, because I don't think the frame is bent. Like the front frame, subframe, everything looks good. Nothing is like bent here. I know I have a diff drop, but it's not like bent into the frame or anything, but it's just, I don't understand what's going on. So, and a little bit of a backstory here. I originally broke it when I was on a local trail here, and I was trying to back up. I was doing something dumb, and I like left foot braked really hard, and the rear, it exploded. And I had just gotten off of a 2-month-long trip, like all over the country, drove 7,500 miles, and the truck was fine. And then I come back, do that thing, and that's when it broke. And so I originally fixed it with all of the front diff mounts and rear diff mounts are new, and put it back together. And then I just went driving around, did like a quick, easy weekend trip, and didn't do anything crazy, and just flexed out a little coming down something, and it went boom. So here we are. Backstory, done. All right, so I'm squeezed under here to get a little better view. You can see center line of those bolts are clearly underneath the axle. All right, now for the other side, you can see that the bottom of the CV is clearly a couple inches below the center line of the bolts. This bolt actually on the left, this guy, is actually bent from the axle popping out and bending it up. But if you look at this one, it's clearly below it. All right, so at this point in time, we're getting ready to pull the diff out. So we gotta disconnect the drive shaft, all sorts of other stuff like that. Don't forget to disconnect the breather hose as well. I always forget to do that, and boom, drive shaft out. So pretty much ready to go. Okay, ran into a bunch of issues just trying to get this stupid control arm bolt off. Yeah, it's pretty much seized, like hardcore seized. I've tried hitting it with a hammer from the right, and vice gripping this inner thing, which I've kind of messed up for the uniball to hold it, but basically when that spins, here, I'll just do it for you. How about that? I'll do it for you. All right, real time. Yeah, so like that bolt is seized to this thing. I can't get it out. Tried heating it, tried all sorts of stuff. So we got the axle out finally, thanks to Hunter, because he showed up. But what's that? His big strong muscles, he said, if you didn't hear it. But this bolt is still so we're just gonna leave it and soak. We ended up taking the bottom out, and that's how we got the axle out. So the diff can finally come out now. I'm gonna leave this stubby boy in there, and we'll pull it out and see if we can see what's going on. Hi. Hunter's here. Everything's better when Hunter's here. Anyways, All right, so at this point, we can start taking the diff out. So we'll take the front and rear diff bolts out, and then this is where the dangerous part starts. This thing is super heavy. I've done it by myself before. It's pretty sketchy, but it definitely helps having a second pair of hands like Hunter, buddy, oh pal.
Stop. Let me get out of here. Okay, you can go all the way down. All right. Fuck that thing. Not in a good mood today. No, don't get too close. All right, so now that this is out, I'm gonna inspect a bunch of crap and see if I can see, but I did this once before and I didn't find anything, so I don't know. I'm gonna take a closer look. So like, I noticed this last time. Can you bring the camera here? And look straight down. So if we are looking straight down, this is like pushed back compared to that. So I feel like, you see that? Yeah. I feel like, and that it was like this before. And that's why I swapped the front diff mounts. But now it's like that again. Front diff for sale, perfect condition, $1,500. What do you guys think? So why? Is that normal? Is my extension housing bent? I'm not sure how this thing that looks like it's cast. I know it's cast because I've seen people break these things. How could this lower mount be bent or this twisted in relation to the diff? I don't understand that. But this is definitely, and I've replaced these front diff mounts and I wasn't doing anything crazy. So I don't think that they're bent because they're also cast. So how do I, is this normal? Okay, so that's about as far as we're gonna get today. I got the diff sitting right here. It's chilling outside precariously, but didn't get the engine mounts in because I was too distracted with the diff. I wasn't doing anything crazy, and when it happened, and the first time it happened, what was I doing? I was doing something really gnarly, and that's why I understood. So I'm thinking, I don't know, it's got to be something else on the extension housing maybe, but I got some other stuff going on. This I didn't get completely undone, so we're gonna let this soak in some PB Blaster, and you can see big old empty hole. So I can't really find anything on the frame that is bent. So I'm not really sure what to think of all of this, but if you guys have any details or ideas, let me know, because I could use the help. I don't know what is going on, and I'm tired of blowing up axles that cost $1,000. So anyways, that's it for this episode, and hopefully we'll get the motor mounts in on the next one. Thanks for checking it out.